We are middle of the week. Not really much going on. Uh, Wizards thinking of they cannot win on the road. What else? Caps find new novel ways to lose and lost last night in overtime. This is like after the Flyers took like a 2-0 lead. 2-0, 3-0, hell, even I forget. I wasn't paying that much attention to the game really. Um, but yeah, and you find novel ways to lose in overtime. You know, something has to give here as far as they go. Which leads me to a major announcement I need to do here. So much fun. Actually learned this today. My brother calls, um, and basically he was telling me the game on Super Bowl Sunday. This is where the Caps and the Penguins are playing. This is at the Verizon Center. And he was telling me that they were letting the seats down by behind uh, the benches there on the front rows and all that. These things were going for close to like $2,500. I'm not joking. This is what he's telling me. These things were selling on StubHub. I should make to mention here. This was on StubHub. They were going for like $2,500 for what about really the front row seats? And even if you go in the nosebleed section, and you want to find this on StubHub, they were going into the hundreds of dollars. So, it tells me this, and I figured, okay, that kind of shoots a plan of wanting to go. Fear not. Turns out one of my brother's coworkers drops a pair of tickets on him. So basically, it's $180 for the 2 tickets. Guess where I'll be Super Bowl Sunday? That's right. I'm going for a 12:30 start, but I'm going. I was debating whether I wanted to bring my Ovechkin T-shirt, which I'm sure all of you have seen at some point. I bought a couple weeks ago. I was debating whether I wanted to wear that or just get my old school red jersey. I guess I'll wear that. But I'm going. I have no idea where we're sitting. Actually, I'll probably know that when I go. But suffice it to say, they may kick me out of the place. This is going to be one of these. I just may have to fight my way to my seat and fight the way out of my seat to the bathroom and fight my way down to the metro. I don't know. All I know is it's going to be a crazy motherfucker. And it's really is like the first time I've seen a Caps Penguins game. This is my first instance of that. So I know I'm going to be prepared. Unfortunately, they have a weapons policy, so I can't bring a machete. All right, I'm kidding. I don't know if I'm kidding or not. Whew. Anyway, so at least I know I'm going. So now I have to uh, figure out because I've got to pay for the ticket, so I know I'm that at least I don't have to worry too much on that. I where I can scrounge up the money, but anyway, that's neither here nor there, and it's not anybody's business. Oh God, let me think here. I'm trying to remember. Um, oh God, I'm thinking last night I did add a whole bunch. I'm sorry if I've forgotten you offhand. I did add 3 of you guys. You did send requests, and I've accepted. So I'm sorry that I forget. I know one of them. I know one has to deal with the because I saw a logo like the Redskins and Wizards or something. I know I saw a Redskins helmet. I'm sorry, guys. Believe me, I know I added you. You know, subscribe. Well, not subscribe, but I mean, yeah, I did accept the invite. So we shall see. Oh boy, and it's what happens when you get to my age. You start slowly forgetting things. And I remember the last video I'd done was like Sunday, and you get this little error message after I'd made the damn thing. There's a little error message that says error in processing, click OK to re-record. I said, well, I tried that once upon a time and found out that all I did is just add another video. Unfortunately, I just left it alone, which meant that it just had no real title to it. So I came back in here tonight and took a look at it and tried to remember what I had talked about. So the title actually was changed. So it said I seem to remember what this video was about. I've forgotten. It had to do something. I know it had to do like UVA and talking about the Cavs and the Wizards and shit like that. I'm sure it was one of those. You just have to go look. I told you, I said, this happens when you get to my age. I am what you would they would classify as middle-aged. I'm also qualify as a baby boomer, which somehow got me thinking today. I was listening one of the oldie stations around, and it got me thinking that basically my generation has now become marginalized as far as media, as far as advertising and everything. We've all become marginalized. When I say we, I do mean the baby boom generation. For those of you uninitiated and you do not know what I mean, if you were born between January 1st, 1946 and December 31st, 1964, you qualify as a baby boomer. That's what they call it. Some people may claim the fringe of it, but no, the period is between 1946 and 64. And this wasn't, I wasn't intending on this to go off on this particular tangent, but I guess this is as good as any. The music I grew up with, which is, I am old enough to remember the Beatles. I'm old enough to remember some aspects of what they called acid rock in the late 60s and 70s. But the music I grew up with is now considered by most demographic consultants and stuff. It's now considered as an oldie. They're now considered oldies, just as much as when I was growing up, the music my folks used to listen to, and all of them, which is basically the big band sound, Rat Pack music of the 30s, the 40s, the 50s. We consider that oldies. And now, of course, they find out that particular music has made a comeback. Anyway, the point I was trying to get at, the demographics in this country have changed. I fully understand people born after 1970 or even after 1980 would not fully grasp what I'm going to say, but I have to point out to you, if you are those born after 1980, and I have nieces, nephews, and such, that were born after that. I'm actually here to try to tell you, once upon a time, there was a world before the internet. There was a world before the internet, before personal computers, before cable television. It was this lovely little thing we used to use called a typewriter. Not many people can even think of that now. I don't think anybody would know what a typewriter looks like anymore. I have one. I have one in my my bedroom closet. I bought the thing like close to 15 years ago. I think I've only used it or turned it on maybe 3 times. It's one of these electric typewriters. I've only turned it on like 3 times in say 15 or so years. But I keep it in my closet, and I keep it for a reason. Because we've gotten so technologically advanced, if you want to call that advancement. Because we all rely now on the internet, social networking, and even doing YouTube as I'm doing right now. And we're not prepared for another 9/11 style terrorist attack or any type of meltdown as far as wireless networks go. You imagine what's going to happen if you know something fries and you get all these people with the Blackberries and cell phones and everything else, and these things will not work. And even worse, you may have this scenario someday where what I'm doing right now, doing this YouTube video, would not work. That it would just cease to exist. You wouldn't be able to log on to the internet, onto the internet. I'm having a hard time tonight. And you're all not prepared for it. So you may have to wonder, so what do we do? We're basically are having an $800 or $900 glorified typewriter. That's what this would wind up being, your little personal computer. If this thing ever fried or you get a scenario like this, you're stuck with an $8 or $9 or $1,000 glorified typewriter. And you're gonna watch this country just go in complete and total shit panic mode. That's why I keep a typewriter, to remind myself that at least I still know how to type. And at least there'll be something. To at least try to get something out to somebody. It's just amazing. We used to do that. Some people sit there and, beat on, the ancient American Indians used to stand there and beat on tom-toms to get a message across. Who knows? We have to resort to that. I don't know. Okay, I'm rambling, and I didn't mean to really do that. So, I am done. I think I am done rambling. So we will catch up to you when I feel like doing another video. God knows when I will do it. So as always, it's I, your friendly neighborhood. Look, y'all know how I do this. We'll see when I get around to doing another video. So adios, motherfuckers, and try to enjoy what's left of your work week or whatever the case may be. All I know is I'm going to the Caps Penguins game on Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm happy about that. So adios, people.